Hello, welcome to Game Rating Review. My name is Jean-Marc. We have 11 items on the news today, so let's count all of that. Number one, so the Pokemon, conference happened, and I watched it, and it was boring. But let's go through some highlights. It was mostly awkward and dark and black, but they did announce 3 new games that are coming out. Well, technically 2. Pokemon Quest, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Finally giving Eevee some well-deserved spotlight. In Pokemon Quest, you play in a block world called Tumble Cube Island, where you have all these cubed Pokemon and you cook in a big pot for them and then you feed them. Then when you're ready to go out in the world and explore with them, you can't even control them. They just run around and control themselves. So, cool. I guess there's 3 main screens you have to worry about, and then that's it. That's it. It's out now. So if you have a Switch, you can go get it, and it probably has a bunch of microtransactions on it, like the most amount of microtransactions ever. And let's move on to what they announced for the Pikachu and Eevee. Let's go. So these are Pokemon Go games, but they're on your Switch, and it also kind of confusing, but they did show several things. So it's Pokemon Go, you walk around in it, and you get monsters, and then you can use this little ball, and you can use that ball to get people, to get Pokemon in it. So yeah, and then they showed the most depressed CEO of any company. This is the CEO of Niantic, the guy that did Pokemon Go, and he looked sad. That was the entire press conference. It was very boring. They repeated themselves a lot. They have to pause for English translations of everything. So yeah, but they did announce that there will be a mainline Pokemon game coming in 2019. Which means, yes, that means I will be getting a Switch to get that. That means if you don't have a Switch, you need to go out and get one. So that's good news. Number 2, not to be outdone by what happened in Pokemon, Bethesda decided it was going to put out its own trailer. Very mysterious trailer called Fallout 76. Some people weren't really sure what this is. Some sources say that it is a survival game. Some people saying it's an online mode. Some people saying it's like Fallout Shelter, and it's just a first-person shooter form of that. I just thought it was DLC for Fallout 4, and it could be all of the above. I mean, who knows? But very interesting trailer. If you haven't seen it yet, the music on it is great, and it got me hyped because I am addicted to Fallout 4 right now. Number 3, they announced the release date for Mega Man 11. That's right, they showed a trailer and everything. Mega Man 11 is out. Very excited about this. I don't know why I didn't put this in the 11th slot. Probably would have made more sense, but whoops. These Mega Man games are very hard. This one looks interesting, the way that it's shell-shaded and the way the characters look, and looks like it's a continuing story. So, yeah, that's great. Number 4, the NES Classic is restocked again, so if you were not able to get the original NES Classic, it is now back in stock. So go get it if you can. I've heard some really good things about it, and other than the length of the core that you play on it, but that's pretty cool, I suppose. Number 5, in really cool news, there's going to be a new Nintendo 2DS, and it is called the Hylian Shield Edition. This looks very cool, and if you get it boxed, you get it with Zelda: A Link Between Two Worlds. I really like this. I like having my Zelda stuff. I have a Switch that has the Zelda stuff painted on the front of it, so I'm very tempted to get this. It looks very cool. Number 6, there's going to be a limited edition PS Slim coming out. It looks terrible in my opinion. It's going to be on sale between June 8th through the 18th. I just don't like that blue and that gold. Anyway, it's selling for $299.99, so $300 even. It has a 1 terabyte hard drive in it, so that's pretty cool. And also, during this time, the PlayStation Pro will knock down its price $50. So if you want a PlayStation Pro, now is a perfect time to get one. Number 7, in Sea of Thieves news, there's a new mode where you can collaborate with other people on the sea and shoot at a shark. No one's really playing this game, so I'm not sure why it matters. Number 8, have you played Breath of the Wild? Well, hey, guess what? They are cookbooks that are out. That's correct. It looks like there are about 3 of them. They show different recipes, different ways to cook things. I know this is important to, like, give you health or something. I haven't played Breath of the Wild yet. But, I mean, it looks really cool. Like, I might get this whenever I get Breath of the Wild. Like, I don't know. I like it. Number 9, we got some really cool Persona figures out there. And since I've actually played Persona 5, I know who this character is. Figure's pretty cool. And, hey, if this is heating you up too much, just fan you off. Number 10, and this isn't video game news. Jamie Foxx has signed on with Todd McFarlane to be in the new Spawn movie that'll be coming out. This is very exciting news for me. I love Spawn, the cartoon. I love the comic book. So seeing this movie happen with a talented actor such as Jamie Foxx really excites me. I know I'm supposed to do video game news, but I'm very excited about this. Number 11, in more movie news, because it's in Japan, Japan had one of the coolest Deadpool 2 things I've seen, and it was Deadpool's head and thumbs up sticking out of a wall. Yes, it was very cool, and the full extended part of the poster also looked very cool. Yet again, Japan gets all the cool stuff. Now it's time for most people's favorite part of the show, games that come out this week. Number 1, let's get through the Xbox free games with gold that are coming out for the Xbox One and the Xbox 360. For the Xbox 360, we have Sonic All-Star Racers Transformed. I got this game so that my nieces can play it, and they hated it. And also, Indiana Jones 2. The Lego game you never thought you wanted is there. And for Xbox One, you have Smite. I guess people play that. And Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia. I heard bad things about the Assassin's Creed Chronicle games, but if you want to try them, have at it. Number 2, let's get through the PlayStation Plus free games that come out this month. For PS3, we have Zombie Driver HD. I played this on my phone. It's pretty fun. And Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier. That's right. Yep, there's nothing to say about those games. And on PS4, we have XCOM 2. I did not know XCOM 2 was even on PS4. I thought it didn't come to PS4, but I guess it did eventually. And Trials Fusion, one of the most frustratingly fun games ever made. Number 3, Agony. Agony is coming out for Steam and PS4. Agony is a trip through hell. Literal hell. This game is so messed up and has so much nudity and violence in it. I could barely show you any of the preview. It looks very dark, and man, if you're just like, not having a great day, I probably wouldn't play this game unless you have a strong constitution or just ready to be freaked out, because the trailer alone creeped me out. So have fun with that. Number 4, Die for Valhalla. This is a side-scrolling beat-em-up where you play as a sorcerer who possesses graves and boxes and other things, and you're able to fight as those things. Very interesting game mechanics, very interesting game. Everything you possess, or every person you possess, has different powers to it. So it has an interesting dynamic that I haven't really seen in a side-scroller beat-em-up like this. So also has boss battles, and that's cool. Number 5, Perfect Sniper. I did not know that there was going to be a sniping game for PSVR. John Bowers. So yes, this is a sniping game for PSVR, And yeah, you can just shoot people. It looks like the same area in night and day, and you're just trying to shoot the heads off people with a sniper rifle. Number 6, Harvest Moon Light of Hope Special Edition. This is coming out for Nintendo Switch and PS4. Harvest Moon, I've heard a lot about this, but if you liked Stardew Valley, then you're going to love its predecessor, Harvest Moon. It's pretty much Stardew Valley, actually, and I know where Stardew Valley got its ideas from, and I guess it was Harvest Moon. So Harvest Moon starts the rest of these games on my list being retrospective games and classic games, but always wanted to play a Harvest Moon, and I'm very excited it's coming to PS4. I think some other ones have released on the PS4, but heard good things about this one. Number 7, Metal Slug XX. This is coming out for the PS4. That's right, another slide-scrolling Metal Slug game is coming out. I know some people, like a very small amount of people that like the Metal Slug games. I've tried them and they're kind of difficult. This has branching paths, different levels, a bunch of different characters you can play as, an interesting new art style. Metal Slug's okay, it's just, man, just having to memorize everything, and I don't know, the branching paths look interesting, but I've never been a super huge Metal Slug fan, but I'm glad that they're still coming out and they still have a fan base, but it's not for me. Number 8, the Sega Genesis Classics, coming out for Xbox One and PS4. I am very interested in getting this. It is around 40 Sega Genesis games coming to next-gen consoles at 1080p. Oh man, I love playing the Sega Genesis. We were a Sega Genesis family in my house, and I found out that whenever you play games in this Sega Genesis Classics collection, that if you mess up in the game, you can just rewind it back. You can not only save it right before, but you keep rewinding over and over again until you get that part right, which some of these games you absolutely need it. Unfortunately, there is no Sonic 3 and there is no Sonic and Knuckles in this collection, which is kind of disparaging for some people who love the Sonic series, but there are other very good games in here like Shinobi, Altered Beast that I love, that I cannot wait to play again. And number 9, Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. This is coming out for PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and Steam. This has 12 amazing Street Fighter games. All the variations of Street Fighter 2. All of Street Fighter Alpha from 1, 2, and 3rd Strike. I have never played the Street Fighter Alpha games, but this would make me want to play them. There's also some online play I heard on this one, but I heard that the online play is kind of broken, which happens to almost every single Capcom online game that comes out. So hopefully they fix it, because I would love to fight some people on Street Fighter 2. I'm getting this game, if I get this game, for Street Fighter 2 specifically, but it is amazing. It has all the soundtracks on it. It has a lot of concept art on it. It's one of the most extensive anniversary collections ever made, and I think you'd be missing out if you did not get this collection. Thanks for watching the Weekly News Show. My name is Jean-Marc. Please hit the like, subscribe, and like you see. You have all the news now. Do whatever you want with it. Thanks for watching, and buy a bunch of nostalgic-filled games.